From a brutal body slam of a mental health patient to an innocent woman's bra snatched by an officer, these corrupt cops are always just 1 second away from turning simple encounters into chaos. Disclaimer. In the bustling streets of Chicago, chaos erupted as Bernard Kirsch found himself at the mercy of Officer Gerald Williams, an MMA fighter turned law enforcement officer. It all started, innocently enough, with Kirsch minding his own business, perhaps indulging in a sip or two of a refreshing beverage. But as fate would have it, Officer Williams swooped in like a hawk on the hunt, citing Kirsch for the heinous crime of public drinking. Officer Williams, perhaps channeling his MMA days, decided to take matters into his own hands. With a swift and forceful body slam, Kirsch was brought crashing to the ground, his dignity shattered along with probably some bones.
We're good. One more car. Nobody needs to get hurt. One more car.
Alright, one more car. No, we're good. We're good.
You ain't got to get rough with it. Everybody is fine, squad. Tell them to slow down. Nobody's hurt.
The officers picked him up harshly and put him in the cruiser to transport him to the police department.
Might want to work on your upper body. Yeah.
Oh, man. Slow it down. Everything's under control. Slow it down.
Wipe that in your eye. Hey, do you have any medical conditions?
No, I don't.
But amidst all this chaos, a glimmer of hope emerges. It's revealed that Kirsch suffered from schizophrenia, shedding light on the complexities of mental health and law enforcement interactions.
He is paranoid schizophrenic, and it does affect his everyday living, depending on what he's going through.
I have meds for it.
Oh, you do take meds for it?
Yes, sir.
And do you take your meds every day?
Yes, sir.
It's terrible, and I hate to see him go through an episode where he may think something's going on that may not be going on, or he may hear something that's not really being said.
As the dust settled, Officer Williams was relieved of his duties, and Kirsch's charges were ultimately dropped. The incident sparked essential discussions about excessive force and the handling of mental health crises by law enforcement officers.
2 Chicago police officers who were in that video and involved in the arrest of Kirsch, they have been stripped of their police powers as this investigation plays out. We are live from the Layton Criminal Courts building. Charlie DeMar.
Officer Williams and his colleagues' actions serve as a stark reminder of the need for police reform and greater awareness of mental health issues in our communities. This case was really bizarre. However, wait till you see how carelessly this officer treated a woman who was completely innocent. But before that, on September 4th, 2022, while on patrol, Arrowwood and his partner came across a man walking. They made contact with him and tried to restrain him physically, but the situation quickly escalated.
Yes, very irate.
Alright, hold on. Time out. Stop. I ain't even doing nothing. I'm not even doing nothing. I'm not. Y'all got y'all camera roll? Yep. Please don't. Time out.
The 2 officers were brutal in their actions and tackled the man to the ground while repeatedly punching him in the face.
Help! Face, bro. I can get my hands behind my back, bro. I can get my hands behind my back. Why is all whoop my? Hold on, time out. Stop, man. Roll over. Time out. Hold on. Roll up, man. Hold on, time out. Over. Over.
The man's cries for help were heard over the commotion, but the officers threatened him further with tasers, of course.
Help! Help! Over! Help! 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 Over! Help! Wait, what the? Roll over! Hey! Help! Help! I swear to God, I'm swooning. Roll over.
Roll over. Roll over. Roll over. Roll over. Or you're gonna get tased. Roll over. Roll over and you're gonna get tased.
Efforts to make the man comply turned even more violent when the officers used their fists with renewed vigor on the man's face, commanding him to turn around.
I'm gonna tase you, man. Now turn over. Turn over. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Let me taser.
The man was frustrated at the 5 officers now forcing him to comply, but none offered any explanation for their behavior.
Hold on, man! No! Are you serious?
Anybody else responding?
What I gotta do to you?
Look at Greg, 4 over for that.
What gun? I swear to God, I'm suing your you fake.
The man also claimed he didn't have a gun and accused them of being racist, and perhaps rightfully so. The officers countered by saying that he resisted arrest.
I ain't got no gun, never had no gun. On me, on my kids, on my stop moving. He should beat my man, I mean, fake police officer. You a fake? Bro, he whooped my no reason. And I had no gun. Like there was plenty of reasons. For what reason? Your resistance? I never did. Never did. You're doing it right now. Never did. Feel like never did. Never did. And I'm not resisting. Whose fault do you think that is? I'm not resisting arrest. You are physically pushing back against the car right now. No, that is resisting. Open the door. Unlock it.
After tensions eased, the man shared his perspective with the other officers, effectively silencing them.
I didn't do nothing. So I want a report on everything. I never resisted arrest like that. I didn't do nothing to him. I didn't say nothing to him. He caught me, grabbed me, and beat me the so I want help. I need help. I need an ambulance. I need everything. My face hurt. I'm finna cry. I'm about this. No. So what you want to say? He's beat my and I'm walking down the street. You jump out and beat me.
Following the incident, Arrowwood was suspended from September 30th, 2022 to present. He remained on unpaid suspension until the criminal case and any subsequent administrative investigations were resolved. From the streets of unbridled aggression, we pivot to a harrowing case where an innocent woman was abused in the worst way possible. In the quaint streets of Knoxville, chaos ensued as Trinity Clark, a 21-year-old woman, was entangled in a web of injustice woven by none other than Officer Joseph Robert of the Knoxville Police Department. It all began innocently enough, with Trinity minding her own business near her friend's house. But, as fate would have it, Officer Roberts swooped in, accusing Trinity of evading arrest and speeding away from him.
Come here. I pulled you over. Come here. Yeah, I did. Get over here. Get over here. 36 Delta, start me another unit. What's wrong? Come here. What's going on? Nothing. Okay.
The scene quickly evolved into chaos as Trinity wrestled with Officer Robert in a futile attempt to protect herself from this unwarranted aggression. In the process, she's left exposed and humiliated, her dignity stripped away along with some of her clothing.
What you want? I didn't do nothing. You tripping. Hey, bro, you tripping. What the? Hey, bro, you took me out my mouth. What's wrong with you?
36
Come on, mama. Move, I got no shirt on. Move, I don't got no shirt on.
Change.
Oh, my titties are out. No shirt. What on?
Get your hands out.
No, I don't have no bro.
Despite Trinity's protestations of innocence, Officer Roberts' authoritarian demeanor left her feeling unsafe and completely vulnerable. Instead of calmly addressing the situation, he chose to escalate things by demanding compliance even when she didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, y'all better get DLC in the house!
Get off of me, y'all!
Put your hands on your back right now, got
Bro,
But justice had a sense of humor, because in a twist of fate, the charges against Trinity were dismissed as the court found no probable cause for her arrest. Officer Roberts' actions are condemned as disturbing, and Trinity is left to pick up the pieces of her shattered dignity.
You need an ambulance, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, what's
And I want y'all
Officer Robert, an intricate weaver of lies, even lied to dispatch and fellow officers about what happened between him and Trinity, when we know and have seen what happened in his body cam.
Alright, you okay, bud?
Yeah. Oh, your nose is hurting bad.
You pop you in the nose?
Yeah. I know it feels messed up, but anyways, I'm on a traffic stop over there. That last traffic stop you heard me call with the orange Camaro. She comes flying by us, almost clips me. So I go try to follow her, and then she takes off on me. So I'm like, okay, so I'm about to go straight right there. And she pulls over really quick right here, steps out of the car and tries to run in the house. I tell her to come here. She's not coming here. She's not coming to me. So I try to grab her.
That's fine. You tell me in a minute. You're okay though.
She punched, yeah.
Whose first car is this?
Ultimately, the real villain of this absurd spectacle is obviously not Trinity, but the corrupt and power-hungry Officer Robert, whose actions are a stark reminder of the abuse of authority that plagues our society. As we navigate through the injustices perpetrated by this lying officer, we land in New Jersey's chaotic streets, where an officer's heavy-handed response turned a minor disturbance into a farcical display of law enforcement gone awry. In the quaint streets of New Jersey, a mundane afternoon turned chaotic when a concerned citizen called 911 to report a group of kids loitering and laughing in front of their property.
911, where's your emergency?
And Woodland, New Jersey.
What's the address?
I have a bunch of...
Is it a house or an apartment?
It's a house.
And what's going on there?
I have a bunch of kids trespassing and loitering in front of my property, and I keep calling them, telling them to get off.
What are they, just they're in your yard?
Yeah, they're standing on front of my property, sitting down and don't want to move.
As the dispatcher attempts to gather information, frustration seeps through the caller's voice, exacerbated by the youngster's unruly behavior.
And if they get a couple of those, they'll understand when they got to go to court. Stop sitting in front of people's property.
All right, your name? And what's the phone number you're calling from? Are you the landlord there?
I'm the property manager. I live right on the corner. And I have tenants live there and they're complaining.
And your phone number?
Meanwhile, Officer Dubiel arrived on the scene, armed with possibly unearned authority and a can of oleoresin capsicum spray, ready to disperse the mischievous crowd. But what began as a routine response quickly escalated into a scene straight out of a slapstick comedy.
We got a call for trespassing.
We're not smoking weed. We don't got weed.
We're telling you what to call for it. That's what we're telling you.
So she ain't called you. It's my house. She always called you. We're not on her porch. So where the weed at? I don't know.
As Officer Dubiel attempted to assert control, the kids scattered like startled pigeons, but Officer Dubiel unleashed a burst of OC spray with the precision of a water cannon, aiming to quell their rebellion.
Put the phone down. What fuck? Not having you text people who come up here. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Don't step on me. Don't step on me. I said don't text nobody to come here. You on the court, you got teams for everything called. That's my guardian. That's my guardian. Put your hands on your back. Put your hands on your back. Put your hands on your back. You guys want to play games? You guys want to play games, right?
As the situation spiraled out of control by Officer Dubious, not Dubiel, bystanders couldn't help but chuckle at his absurdity. His heavy-handed approach only exacerbated the chaos, turning a minor disturbance into a full-blown comedy of errors.
We got a couple units for crowd control. And we got one to sit on the left side of the scene. Give me some weed. It's because I'm black, right? My partner's black. What are you talking about? Back up. Back up. Back up. I can't do this. Back up. Back up.
Put your hands on back, please. Put your hands on back. 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 Put your hands on your back. I got an ambulance coming to give you away. Put your hands on back. Give me your other hand. Give me your other hand. Give me your other hand.
In the end, as Officer DeBeal faced charges of simple assault, the real culprit emerged, not as misbehaving youngsters, but clearly the officer himself, whose reckless actions highlight the flaw in law enforcement's approach to community policing.